This garden has been passed down through 3 generations, each carrying on the family legacy of maintaining and improving this stunning 3-hectare garden.
My father bought it in 1937 when it was just a blackberry-covered hillside.
Mernda Heights garden is perched high up in the Dandenong Ranges near Melbourne, with magnificent views across the Great Dividing Range.
This is a labour of love.
Yeah, is it ever?
And when it comes to working on this garden, it's definitely a team effort for mother and son, Norma and Rick Berry.
Every night.
How do you actually work together?
I think we've got our own passions and we follow them. And if I get into a difficult patch, Rick will come and sort me out, you know, with the heavy pruning or the planting or so on.
You'd think maintaining a garden of this size would be monumental, but, you know, Norm does a lot of it. But some of these big beds, you know, we mulch religiously every year. Yeah. But some of these big beds, we would only go through thoroughly every 3 or 4 years. So it's big trees, they're settled down, we've got a lot of ground covers which keep the weeds down and keep the moisture in too.
As well as years of hard work, there are a few other factors underlying the garden's success.
Volcanic soil, topsoil would be that.
Yeah, well, and in places it's over 1 metre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a point. So gardening is easy. You're not having to get loads of decent soil in and problems that can go with that. We can just dig a hole really and put a plant in.
Yeah. We don't really fertilise, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
We don't really water. You get about 1.5 metres of rain up here, don't you?
Well,
wow.
About 60 inches.
52 inches.
52, yeah.
This garden here is around the house and one of the original areas of the garden. And I remember my father with a huge old walk-behind mower called a queen. And as children, we were always most amused by that. And he would walk up and down all day, cutting all the lawns.
Yeah. This garden is chock-a-block full of lots of things, including lots of very mature trees.
Yeah, the trees have been planted over many, many years. Obviously, my grandfather started with a lot of the earlier trees. And then, funny enough, through here, it was my great-uncle, when he was on leave during the Second World War, planted that copse of birch trees over there, and also the big pine forest, which is through the back.
Wow. So these trees, now they're very mature cypress trees, aren't they?
They are, and they also were growing all over this lawn, and so I use the term crown lifted for the want of something better, but essentially taking off all the lower branches. And of course, it's opened up this beautiful view through the Western Port Bay.
Oh, it's magnificent.
Which, you know, you couldn't see before.
Here we go. So this is something you don't see a lot of, a laburnum walk.
That's true. I don't know when I last saw one, actually. I think I saw one in England, or was it wisteria? They're usually wisteria, aren't they?
Yes, but you do see some beauties in Wales.
Do you? The laburnums.
Yes. But this is one of the best because it's different. It's not just straight. It's got a little curve in it. How did that happen? I love it.
I love the little curve too.
They just are spectacular. How do you get this one to grow so well, though? Is it light coming in?
One of the old gardeners said to me not to get it too densely leafed on the top because you need the light for the flowers to grow.
So you're keen on magnolias. How come?
Oh, was that funny? My wife gave me a book on magnolias for Christmas. And we thought, oh, you know, we could do that here. And bit by bit, we've grown the collection to, probably near on 60.
Magnolias really are. I mean, they look kind of delicate. This one behind you here, that's just beautiful.
This is yellow bird. The yellows actually tend to be high, big growers, and they'll grow to 10 metres or more. In fact, many of ours will grow to 10 metres or more.
Oh, wow.
So it takes a bit of space, yeah.
So this is one of your very favourite parts in the garden.
Yes, I really do love it. I find the colours of the Mollis azaleas are absolutely wonderful. And some of the new varieties are very delicate. And the big old ones would have been in since, the 1950s or 1960s. They were hard to get then, they were imported, but Dad managed to get some. They like the sun, and I think then the colours look so vibrant.
I also noticed a lovely little patch of lily of the valley.
We have it.
Oh. Do people just love that?
Well, look, it's meant to be hard to grow, but it comes through the gravel path. It's even come through the bitumen on the drive. So once you get it settled and it just takes off, it's gorgeous, and you can bend down and pick as big a bunch as you like.
Oh, don't tempt me, I can tell you. It's great to see that this garden will remain in the safe hands of a family who for so long have lived in and loved this garden.
I can't tell you how important the garden is to me. When things have been bad, as we all have bad times in our life, the garden's kept me sane. Because I just go out there and work away and time stops and you're just busy and you look and you think, yeah, no, that looks all right. And I get great joy out of it.
It's finished downstairs. It just does go down the bottom of that. It just shows you how much difference the
situation.